right, Cowboys fans, I'm sorry about this. Over the last 5 years, Ezekiel Elliott's rushes and yards per game averages have gone way down. While some of it's due to his timeshare with Tony Pollard, it's worth noting Zeke had only 3 rushes for at least 20 yards last year. 26 players had more. My goodness. Now, some of the other numbers that matter here, Robert, what he makes on his paycheck. Those numbers are a big reason why we have these high expectations. But you saw those numbers, the bad ones. Is the criticism that Zeke has faced following his decline fair?
Laura, no, the criticism isn't fair, but life isn't fair, and this is what you sign up for when you're a professional football player. You look at those numbers, and you saw how his rushes also decreased, and I think that the Cowboys need to make this two-back system with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard the focal point of their offense. Don't get pass happy, and the only way they can do that is if they strengthen up their offensive line. Zeke was running behind a banged-up offensive line last year. He himself was banged up as he played the majority of the season with a hurt knee, and he still finished 6th in touchdowns with 10 and 7th in the league in rushing yards. Now, I know they're not paying him to be 6th and 7th. They're paying him to be number 1. But you can't discredit what he did after having to play behind 7 different rotations on that offensive line. But the Cowboys need to feature Tony Pollard a little bit more, but don't take Zeke's touches away. Give them both more touches.
So I agree with Robert that you want to give both these guys touches. However, at the end of the day, they paid Zeke. They paid the running back. This is Robert's point to life isn't fair. Yeah, he's healthy now, but fans don't want to hear about it. Did you step on the field last year? Oh, you were on the field last year. We weren't hearing about injuries last year. Now it's, oh, well, I was hurt last year. So that's all true. But from the fan base, when you have the star on your helmet, you don't want to hear any of that because Jerry Jones is only thinking about Super Bowl. So the fans, they may be delusional, they may be crazy, they have all that belief in the Cowboys. They want to see results and production. And if Zeke is making that much money, don't tell me about the offensive line because they paid the running back. I think that's the reality of the situation.
Ooh, we're going to have to talk a little more about that offensive line, though. I'm sorry to say. Jeff, you heard Robert mention that they were injured last season. Now there's been some changes on this O-line. Yeah. What's your level of concern about the Cowboys O-line this season?
Very concerned. Listen, Lyle Collins going, right? You got Williams going. So they're making moves. But this was not a physical football team at the end of last season. And you think about Kellen Moore, they run 11 personnel all the time. So that means they want to use one running back, one tight end, then spread it out with receivers. Well, if you have Pollard and Elliott, put both those guys in at the same point of the game. Pollard can split out. You can start him at a receiver. He's fully capable of making plays out there. Put him back in motion. Now you got 2 backs in the backfield. Zeke is an excellent blocker. If it is pass protection, there's a number of different ways to get creative. But let me just say this. There's plenty of blame to go around for how they fell apart towards the latter part of the season. And that was offensive line was soft. They weren't running the ball effectively behind their pads, and Dak Prescott wasn't playing great. So if you can give them all credit or all blame, however you look at it. But I am of the same mindset of RG3 here. Ezekiel is still a very good running back. You give him enough touches, he will produce the yards. I still think he's above 4.5 yards per carry rusher. I think he'll get back to that this season.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.